Hello friends, hello everyone, happy Tuesday. We are back with our weekly trainings. Let me just see if I can see all of you, can see what is happening. Perfect. Yeah, that's all fine. So we are live again. Happy Easter. I know it's coming in a couple of weeks, so that's something to look forward to. And this week we're going to be talking about mindset. So this is something that we can avoid. We hear everywhere what mindset is or how we should work on our mindset. Plenty of books explaining as well, so I'm not here to share with you any new revelations about mindset, but I want to walk you through how mindset work in the most easy way that it's possible. So it's going to be easier for you to understand anytime something comes up for you, anytime you're going through different patterns, different beliefs, you are able to identify what is currently happening in your brain, why certain things, certain emotions are coming up. So you will be ahead of the game against your brain and your mindset. So what I will be covering today in this very short 30-minute training is we're going to talk about mindset, how mindset works, and how we divide mindset between conscious and subconscious mind. Also, we will cover how we create our belief system. So when is it formed, how we formed it, why some of the beliefs that you have are limiting, why some of them they are empowering and is pushing us forward. Apart from the beliefs, we will be talking about patterns. We all have them, we all have created them at some stage in our life. So I will walk you through to build awareness, where have you created your patterns and what is the easiest way how to reshape them, change them, or ditch them and create something new. So hopefully this training will provide you great value for your mindset, for your personal development, for any form of growth that you're currently going through. So let's dive in straight in. Mindset. So the best way how I can explain to you how mindset work is if you can imagine a big ball, huge ball, and then you divided it into half. So you have top part of the ball and then you have the bottom part. Anything on the top, it's your conscious mind. Conscious mind is anything that you consciously think about at the moment. So you can make conscious decisions, so you know if something is good for you, you know if something is bad for you, any books you're reading, any society groups that you associate yourself with, anything you learn at school, anything you're reading, it comes from your conscious mind. Based on the knowledge and experience that you getting, you are able to make a conscious decision if something is good for you or bad for you. Consciously, we also create an ideas. So if you want to change something about yourself, if you want to improve something in your life, the idea comes from your conscious mind. So you're consciously choosing to do something instead of what you're currently doing. So that's your top side of your mindset. The bottom one is your subconscious mind. So it's the original part. We are born first working on subconscious level. So any feelings associated with any form of experience, anything that you keep repeating over and over and over again, it's going down into your subconscious mind. So when we talk about subconscious mind, we talk about feelings, we talk about emotions. So if sometimes you have this gut feeling that something is good for you or not, that comes from Subconscious mind based on experience that you had previously. Subconscious mind remembers everything. Any event, any experience, any feeling, anything that you experience, anything that you've been through, your subconscious mind remembers it. So we have conscious mind, your mind, what you're learning, who you're speaking to, your ideas, your need for change comes first. And then once this idea is there and you influence it with feelings, emotions, it's dropping down to your subconscious mind and becomes your belief, becomes your habit, sometimes even fear if this is something that you're scared of. So I already said, your beliefs, your patterns, your fears, everything lies in your subconscious mind, and it's inbuilt and engraved with feelings and emotions that come within the process of creating them. So it's very difficult to change your beliefs, it's very difficult to change your patterns, simply because they have been there for last 20 or 30 years. So if you're repeating something over and over again for a really long period of time, that becomes your routine, it becomes your default system, like operation system in a computer. You can't change it unless you try really, really hard. So when we talk about our mindset, we also have our body attached to it. So any form of action, anything that you're doing actively, it's reaction of your feelings, it's reaction of the ideas that you have. So you don't do anything with your body, you're not taking action unless the emotional feeling, unless the your mindset, your mind is telling you to do. So if you're repeating certain things over and over again, for example, every time you feel stressed, you're ordering pizza, and that becomes your habit, your routine, your pattern, your action as a calling pizza give you the stability that you know that, well, I've done it before, it's safe, I know what the outcome will be, it will give me ease, it will help me feel better. So that comes from your mind, but also from the autopilot that you have generated for yourself. So our subconscious mind loves working on autopilot. You don't need to do anything, you don't really need to think about it, you just do it. The best example that I can give is when you're driving to work or going to work and you're doing the same journey every single day for X period of time. At some stage you're gonna realize that you don't think about every single stage that you're taking. It just becomes autopilot. You're doing this because you're doing this every single day. So this is how your beliefs working. This is exactly how your patterns are working. They are working on autopilot. You don't know where they're starting. You're only catching yourself in the moment when either you've already done it or when you remember that, oh yeah, I've done it again. So autopilot is a huge part of your subconscious mind, and your beliefs and your patterns are lying in your subconscious mind. So let's talk about beliefs, how we're forming them. Any form of belief that you currently have, for example, I'm not good enough, or money doesn't grow on the trees, or there's only men that can have a business, or I'm shy, I don't really like talking to new people. Those beliefs has been created at age from 0 to 7 when you were very, very young, and they came from your observation of the world. So you've been observing your parents, caretakers, your grandparents, teachers, anyone that has been involved in your upbringing from the age 0 to 7. So because you were so young and you couldn't understand that this idea is wrong or this idea is correct, you couldn't decide if something is good for you or bad for you, you've accepted everything that you've seen as your reality. So if when you have been watching your parents talking about money, you've accepted the situation that this is the only way how you can understand the world. Have you seen your parents or teachers, how they were building relationship between themselves, between other people? You've learned exactly same patterns, exactly same way of speaking and understanding the world. So you probably 20 years later, you've been probably catching yourself repeating the same words, doing the same actions, how your mom, how your dad, and then majority those things were the one that annoys you when you were younger, and then you find yourself like, oh, I'm doing this now. I'm like my mom. So that comes from the programming that you experienced when you were younger. So any belief that you may have at the moment comes from the period when you were very young and you've been exposed to those beliefs. So the best way how we can work on our beliefs is to understand where your beliefs are coming from. Are they good for you, or are they limit you if taking the next steps, or limit you of creating the better life for yourself? So how the belief is created, you're observing things. So you see your dad going to work every morning, coming really late, so you've realized that work must be really hard and takes many hours, and that probably also affecting the relationships in a family. So as you see this situation repeating every single day for X amount of years, repetition is something that creates the belief. So when you repeat something over and over and over again, when that becomes your default autopilot and then becomes engraved in your subconscious mind, it becomes part of reality. So again, beliefs are created in your subconscious mind by observing the world around you from very early age, and then by repeating certain behaviors for many years, every single day, that becomes your routine, becomes your habit, and therefore becomes your reality. The same with fears. Every fears that you currently have, fear of being rejected, fear of what other people will tell about me, fear of change, fear of failure, all those fears are coming from event from the past that you have experienced that in a way could be very traumatic for you. And because your subconscious mind is protecting you from not experiencing the same feelings ever again, anytime you going through certain events, you keep repeating those negative self-talk. I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. And because you repeat it for 20 years, 30 years, that becomes your reality. So we creating our beliefs, we creating our fears. They don't exist, they exist only in our heads. So we know that repetition is creating beliefs. So what about patterns? Patterns as beliefs are also stored in your subconscious mind. So they're filled with emotions, with feelings about ourselves, feelings about other people, feelings about certain situations as well. So patterns can be seen as our coping mechanism for certain situations. So if one of your patterns is people pleasing, that can event from situation in the past when you figure out that when you do something for other people, when you do something for your parents, you will receive a reward of being accepted, of having the family time, or even being part of the group of kids at school. So this pattern, as it become your coping mechanism, that you know it works, it gives you some understanding, or build some friendships for you. you've realized that that can be the only way that works for you to make friends. So then 20, 30 years later, you're going to work, and then what's happening? You pleased everyone in the office because you want to be included in a group. So it's very important to look into origin of your pattern, where certain things are coming from. What was the first event, first situation, first feeling that I had when I created this pattern? Another pattern can be overeating. Every time when there's a stressful situation, or every time when you're going through something, you either eating a lot of fast food or greasy food, or maybe even reaching for alcohol just to relax. And that probably worked for you when you were younger, and you've seen it that that's a relief for you, for your stress. But then as you have been repeating certain pattern for many years, that has become a routine that you continue to do. So again, it's super important to explore where your patterns originated from, what was the first original event that triggered the certain behavior for you. So the best way how to figure out where the certain event is coming from, and you're gonna tell me that, hold on a second, well, I don't remember what I've done yesterday. How can I remember what happened 30 or 40 years ago? So we may not remember the events itself, but what we always remember is our feelings. And as I said, your subconscious mind remembers everything. And majority of it, it's every single feeling that you've ever experienced in your life. So if you're searching for the original event that has triggered your pattern, or even triggered your specific negative belief, the best way is to go through memory lane and then explore what happened years ago. So exercise I'm going to show you right now. It's very powerful. You may, when you hear it, probably think that I'm not sure about it, but just stay with me, trust me. And if you have any pattern or any belief at the moment right now, I want you to think about it and then just walk with me down your memory lane, so you can find this original situation that happened that triggered your pattern or belief. So what I want you to do now is to think about this specific belief or this specific pattern that you keep repeating. So be very clear what exactly that is. And once you have the name of it, I want you to think about the last time when you've done it, last time when you experienced it, or last time when you felt like this. So once you have this, when was last time I felt it? Oh, that was a couple of weeks ago when I went to work and blah 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 blah. I want you to associate feelings with the event. How this situation made you feel. List all the feelings that you have. It made me feel abandoned, it made me feel rejected, like I don't belong, like I'm not part of something, made me feel like that's the only thing that I can currently do. So any feelings, any situation, any feelings that comes with this situation, I want you to list it down. And once you have a clear vision of the feelings that comes with this specific situation, I want you to ask yourself, when in the last 5 years you felt this way. You think about when in the last 5 years you felt this way and you got the event. Then once you have that, you're thinking, when in the last 10 years I felt this way. You get another event. Then when in 20 years I felt this way, you can do 15, 20, 35, whatever your age is. But you going back years and years and years until you get to this first event when you felt this way. We remember the feeling, we don't necessarily remember every single situation. So walk yourself down. Once you identify your feelings, walk yourself down to understand when certain things are coming from. So that's one of the ways how you can build awareness of where your patterns, where your beliefs are coming from. So now we're going to the main part. It's how we can change our beliefs, how we can change our patterns. So as you remember, I said there's a two part of the mindset. You have your conscious mind, so where the idea is coming from. You have your subconscious mind, so that's your feelings and that space where your patterns and your beliefs are stored. So every action that you're doing with your body, who reacting on your mind, every action that you're doing, if you're repeating it every single day, it's gonna gives you exactly same results. So if you want to change your pattern, if you want to change your beliefs, you need to start doing things differently. Same actions cause the same results, so you cannot expect different results if you're not going to change your action. So with that in place, I want you to start building awareness of what is that you do and what you have right now, and what is that you want instead. And once you identify your beliefs, once you identify your patterns, you are able to see, hold on a second, that doesn't work for me anymore. I want this. And this is what we're working on. So once you have a list of things that you want to have instead, you want to be instead, or you want to do instead, once you have this list, the only thing that you need to do is create the idea in your conscious mind. What is the I want instead? Add feelings to it. I want it because it will make me feel empowered, it will make me feel better, it will make me feel fulfilled. Tap into those feelings, those positive feelings that you want to feel. And once you're doing this emotion, you're going through this emotion and you're going through these ideas every single day, at some point, this little idea here will drop down into your subconscious mind. So what you need to do is have an idea what you want instead. Add some emotions to it, why you really want it. And then you take action, physical action of doing something different. If you always wanted to go swimming, or if you always wanted to go to the gym to look better, feel better, you need to think about how you want to feel having this incredible body and having this, being this energized for a whole day. And then you're taking action, so you're going to the gym. Even if this is 15 minutes, if this is half an hour, you go. You take the action and you repeat the process for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and this become your autopilot. That will become your new habit, that will become your new routine. And you're going to receive a different result. So you can do whatever you want, you can create your life from the ground however you want it to be. But it's not going to be easy. Your body, your mind, everything will scream at you, what are you doing? We don't like going to gym, we don't like waking up in the morning. It's because your life, your beliefs, your patterns that you currently have, they are running on autopilot. Your mind is protecting you from anything from the outside, any negative feelings, any negative experience, so it wants to keep you in your comfort zone. Your body wants to keep you in your comfort zone because this is what you know, because this is that gives you results. Every single day you know what you're gonna expect because there's no change in there. That's why you've noticed that every New Year's resolutions, it usually takes 2 weeks to break them. But that's simply because You're fighting yourself at every single stage when you're changing something in your life. You're fighting with your mind, you're fighting with your body, but you need to stay resistant and you need to continue doing what you want to do. And this is where these emotions and feelings are coming from. You visualize every day how amazing you will feel when you go to gym every day, or just today. So you can't achieve the same, you can't expect different results from doing the same thing. So you need to start doing things differently. Start doing things differently, take action, because one idea repeated over and over again become a habit. Your habit will then become your belief, and your belief will become your reality. So if you know how to work through your mindset, and you can list at least 10 negative beliefs and 5 negative patterns, and you know that all those 15 things are preventing you of living your best life, and you know that you can change it, and if you can replace at least half of these beliefs and patterns with new ones, super empowering one, and you will be able to make it as your autopilot, your default system, how amazing would that be? The power is in your mind. You have all the tools, you just need to do the work. So I hope today's training was quite interesting for you. I hope that you've learned something about mindset, about beliefs, about patterns. If you have any questions, or if there's something that you want to talk about or discuss how you can in particular change any of the specific belief or pattern that you may have, that can be quite emotional to go through it on your own, just reach out to me. I'm here to help, I'm here to support, and I can't wait to hear your results and your ideas of what patterns and what beliefs are you going to change. So don't skip this lesson, and I also want you to not skip doing the work, and you will see an incredible results coming for you. So thank you so much for all of you for listening and being here with me, and I will see you next week then. Take care, guys.